Okay, cliffhanger. Best guess, Lalo. I will be honest with you.
Where is this place? Where am I?
Tell you what, I've had weekends like this, mate.
Solo llamadas locales. Siéntese.
Yeah, buddy, she's cooking. That is a home-cooked meal. I'm looking at this lady. I feel like she's a good cook. Do you know what I mean? I feel it. She's got pans hanging and everything. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a good setup. That's what I'm saying. Michael, go back. Not enough people in this show eat enough. That's what I'm saying. Really? Okay. Also, excuse you, hey. Again, this is just a nice shot. Please be Lalo in this car. Please, for me. Come on. Come on. Come to that. Ah. Sorry, nothing against you, mate. Oh, the doctor. Right? Of course it'd be the doctor.
You were meant to be recovering.
So it is Gus. Damn.
What's he want with me?
He's asked me to keep you alive.
Fair play. Hello and welcome to another Better Call Saul Sunday. That's right. Today we are doing episode 5, season 5, Dedicado. Hey, Max, whatever that means. I'll be honest with you, I have no idea. Oh, flamingo check. You know it. That did not go to plan.
Okay, listen up.
I'm listening.
The sheriff's gonna evict. Once that's done, utilities will drop and cut their lines while we take down the north fence. Inside the place gets loaded up and sent to storage.
Jeez.
I think I might be seeing a hitch here.
Go on.
Who are you?
Hello. Yeah.
Goodman.
Alright, this is the thing. This is what's brilliant about this as well, by the way, is that, you know, this scenario, this situation, I feel like, I mean, look, I'm absolutely sure there are people that are not on Everett's side. I do feel like, though, most people will be. And I think arraying Saul on his side is really nice at this point because obviously, you know, look, we all know that Saul isn't particularly a great person. He's cutting corners. He's as close to the line of the law as he possibly can be, but he is not trying to help people. And sorry, because I just had that feeling of, I am so happy and I'm so looking forward to seeing Saul fight for this guy because that's the good, do you know what I mean? Like, you want to see Everett keep his staff, and I think his house. And it's funny, it makes me think of last episode and the way that Saul put the fake guy in the seat and was like, can you identify the guy? And it's like, yeah, that guy. And it's like, no, I want to see him do that and show up Mesa Verde. I want to see him show up Kevin. I want to see him make fun of them. I want to see him beat them. I want to see Everett get what he deserves to keep his house because that's what he wants. That is where I believe the moral right to be. You can talk about the law all day, what Kevin and Mesa Verde are allowed to do all day, but it is not ethical. It isn't. So that's why I talk about, you know, where we are with Saul right now. And I think it's very much this thing of, we all know that he's not doing good things. And I think some people would find it a little bit harder to be on his side because of that. But I think aligning Saul in the way that they have, it kind of gave me permission to be like, okay, no, I can get on board now. You know, I can fully enjoy this and fully just bathe in it and just watch Saul do his thing, take the mick, have a good time, win. And I just got like a spark of joy because of the scenario that they've put him in and the pieces they put on the board, the foundation they've set that they've attached him to, and how all of that is just a good thing. And I think makes that feel good element to the audience just reign supreme.
If you let everyone go right now, you might save half a day's salary.
What the hell are you talking about?
Let the man cook. Fried those beans.
Eviction order signed by a judge.
I'm sure it is. Can I have a peek at that?
Go on.
It's all correct, sir.
I do love the orange, mate. Thank you. Very sharp.
Since you represent Mr. Acker, can you make sure he cooperates with the eviction?
No, absolutely not. Go on.
1130 Arroyo Vista. Is there a problem?
Is that where we are?
Yes. Come on.
There were house numbers on that mailbox. Hey, 1130.
Did you take them off, Saul?
I don't see any. Do you, deputy?
Amazing.
I don't.
Thank you.
Well, somebody mess with them.
Prove it, mate.
This here's 1240 Arroyo Vista. Always been 1240 Arroyo Vista.
Of course it has.
1240.
That sounds right to me.
1240.
I got a plat map says we can straighten this out right now.
Mr. Acker's been living here for 30 years. I think he knows his own address.
Exactly.
Sir, you got something with an address on it?
Nah. Yeah. The only thing that would have made that moment better if he'd have like looked in his pocket and done one of those. Do you know what I mean?
Thank you.
1240.
1240. Arroyo Vista.
Perfect.
It's
Thank you.
11:30.
I love Everett's little face in the background.
That'd lose us a full day.
As you should.
Listen, officer, before you go forcing an elderly veteran from his home and take everything he's got,
Thank you.
a half century of hard work, wouldn't you like to know you got the right place?
You would.
Come on, all we're talking about are some missing house numbers.
I have to make a call.
Yeah, you do. I love all of this. This is so good. I love it so much.
Everybody take 10!
All right, mate, don't try and impress me with the whistle, okay? It did a little bit, I'll be honest with you, mate. I can't do that. I'm all mouth, no fingers. Let's move on.
Now the guy gets a lawyer. It's costing us a day.
Oh, because you can't afford a day. Yeah, okay, Kevin.
Tomorrow they're finally tearing the place down, right?
And that's the plan.
No remorse there, is there?
There's more?
Unfortunately, there is another complication.
Go on, hit me with it.
The lawyer Acker hired, it's Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Oh,
You're Jimmy?
amazing. Getting out ahead of it.
How did that happen?
Jimmy's been doing some very aggressive marketing.
Perfect. This is awesome. Everything that I was talking about last episode, the danger for her. And they're getting ahead of it. That's smart. Perfect. Giving us an alibi, so to speak.
Okay, so what now?
Is there a conflict? Can she not be your lawyer?
In fairness to you, I'll withdraw from everything having to do with the Tucumcari project.
I think Steph will do a fine job.
Best of both worlds, huh?
I'll continue to handle everything else as usual.
Looks like an accident.
You know
yeah.
what?
Are you going to ball?
I smell a rat. Acker hiring Jimmy, that's no coincidence.
Do you think he knew?
Sounds like you tore him a new one.
So you think that he did some research?
This fella saw you for the killer you are, and he went and hired Jimmy specifically to take you away from us.
It would have been a smart move. Let him do it. All that Everett, because this is the hypocrisy here on show. Let's say that Everett did that. The worst you can accuse him of is that he did exactly what you've been doing, Kevin. Do you know what I mean? Like, all he's actually done there, sure, it's shady. And like, Everett didn't do this, by the way. Obviously, we know that. But I'm just saying, on the assumption that he did, sure, it's shady, but by the letter of the law, it's playing within the rules. He's not done anything wrong, and he's fighting back. That's all he's doing. He's using, like, your tactics against you, Kevin. Because you've done the same thing. But if anything, like, obviously, Kevin made the first move. All Everett is doing is reacting to that, right? Which automatically, sorry, but gives him the moral high ground. If he didn't have it already, which he does. Like I say, Everett didn't do that. I'm just saying, if he did, he'd still be within his rights to do that. And all he's doing is meeting you, Kevin, at where you met him. You know what I mean? And like the hypocrisy, Kevin doesn't realize.
Trust me on this, Kim. I know a scam when I see one.
Is that because you're a scammer?
But I am not going to let this guy deprive me of the best in the business.
Do you know what? I do love your support of Kim, though. Like, that's your one redeeming quality.
Could get awkward for her.
Is that right, Kim? It's going to be tough on you at home?
Who are the guys pulling up in the back?
If you're willing to stick with it, I say why change horses midstream?
Kevin, are they waiting for you?
Right.
Yeah.
Go on.
Listen, I need that call center.
I love that we're at a golf club. It's a golf club, right? Sorry. You know what I mean? Everett. Surrounded by empty lots because Kevin's knocked them down. Defending his home that's been in his family for what, how long? Decades. And they're discussing this at a sunny golf club. Schmoozy little golf club. He doesn't even care. Are they waiting for you, Kevin? Oh, yeah. Sorry. Oh, it's fine. Don't worry. This is important. I'll deal with this. Now I'll go play my golf. You know what I mean? I'll try my best to ruin this guy's life now, and then I'll go play golf. Yeah. Absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. Absolutely no problem with that at all. It's so distasteful. It's so morally, negatively egregious. And they think they're in the right. They don't see anything wrong with it because they're playing by the rules.
Kevin, are they waiting for you?
Oh, yeah. Listen.
I love that. That's kind of comedic. Oh, yeah. I'll get to him in a minute. Don't worry about it. It's kind of subtle, the commentary and the judgment that I think the show is leveling, but it's there.
I need that call center. We got to get this thing moving now. We got a lot of competitors out there. And
Well, that's all you care about. Not the guy's life, not the guy's home. Not what you're doing.
Got it?
I know you do.
What a piece of shit.
Fring paid for all this and all those nice little houses out there. I'm guessing there are bales of meth inside.
That line there. I bet there's...
I'm guessing there are bales of meth inside.
That shows a lot of judgment from him towards Gus. He still doesn't understand Gus, which is fair, but it's a reminder, right? I think, watching Breaking Bad, then watching this, you are, I'm speaking for myself, quite susceptible to assuming that, things that are established in your head have already happened. They haven't. You know what I mean? There is a lot of trust, I think. Well, not really right now, right? But has been a lot of trust between Mike and Gus. And, you know, we know that they get there. Obviously, that's not where we're at now. But also, yeah, he's judging Gus as some bloodthirsty drug lord for the sake of it, right? Which isn't untrue. I mean, he's not doing it for the sake of it, obviously. But he is obviously a drug lord. But I think there's quite a lot of derision in that comment from Mike. A lot of judgment. And yeah, that doesn't necessarily sum Gus up. And you can tell from his judgment in that comment that he doesn't quite understand Gus yet either.
There are no drugs here. No men with guns either.
Just a lady cooking some good food, man. Sorry, I'm not over it.
There are men at that gate.
Those men have guns, I'm guessing.
Perhaps.
You are also in America, Mike.
Perhaps a day from El Paso.
Oi. Call back.
You would not survive the journey.
I don't know, mate. A scrappy young lad, do you know what I mean?
Enjoy some of Senora Cotazar's excellent cooking.
This is what I mean. For me, Michael.
Fring carts me all the way down here. Why?
Good food. I'm a little hungry, okay? It is influencing my commentary. I'm so sorry. I do apologize. I got a pizza waiting downstairs for me. Not, like, ready. I'm just saying it's in the freezer. Do you know what I mean? Like, is it? Yeah. It's a vegan stuffed crust. I've been looking forward to it all day. I'll be honest with you. It is coming soon. I've got to stop talking about it. I do, because I'm making myself hungrier. I am. To be fair, I should probably not see her food, because it's going to make it worse. Eat some food, Mike! Sorry. I'm so sorry.
In a week or so, perhaps you will be able to travel.
Dude, you got stabbed. Stay here.
Get a message to your family.
Uh-huh. Take some time off.
They're fine.
Donkey. Shrek ruined me. I see a donkey and I just feel like an adventure. Do you know what I mean? Who am I kidding? Shrek's awesome. New film in 20... I shouldn't get distracted. It's true. Very excited. Apparently there's a new film in 2025 though. Do you know what I mean? There is a interesting little water feature. Huh. Sorry, I say an interesting little water feature. It's a small detail, I suppose, but interesting in the sense of, you know, you look around here, everything's a little bit more rugged, all in a kind of rustic style. You know, you look at the wooden fencing, the fountain, a little bit sleeker, kind of speaks to a little bit more power, money, different aesthetic. You know, it seems a little bit out of place. Kind of, at least at this point, the only indication that there's something out of place here. Right, and the school children around here too, right? And he's seeing this for the first time. It's interesting, that line, and I think it's very on purpose, that derision, that judgment I was talking about before. Mike sees Gus in a very certain way, and I feel like this, from what I'm seeing here, look at this, you know, they went past him, knocked her, he's kind of looking like, what? The little girl coming up here. And I think this process, this scene and this moment in the show is perhaps going to actually show Mike more of who Gus is and what he's doing. Does he fund the school? Do you know what I mean? Does he? It feels like there's something going on with it. And yeah, I guess some of maybe Gus trying to show Mike more of who Gus is truly. That scene and that line, and then followed by this and the school kids coming out and him kind of pausing and being like, what's going on, what's this? Yeah, it feels very on purpose, kind of a 1-2 punch of like judgment, and kind of that judgment being held up, being stalled a little bit. Hello, the fountain, go on. Dedicated to Max. Oh, because I forget the name. Gus's partner. Was that Max? I want to say it was Max. I'm kind of feeling like it's Max. Also a little bit dark. Sorry, I don't want to Google it. I feel like I'm operating under the assumption that it's Max. The guy, you know, that got killed in the flashback in Breaking Bad, his partner was Max. I'm not going to Google it because I'm scared of spoilers. But sorry, a little bit dark that it's a fountain, considering his death and how that went and how water was involved and featured. And yeah, kind of shows you a lot about Gus, right? He's not forgetting. He's reminding. This fountain's a reminder of how it happened. And there's some rawness to that, some violence to that, some trauma, you know. You got to imagine, if he ever finds himself here, walks past it, sees the fountain, remembers that moment, keeps the anger burning, right? Keeps that anger strong, and it keeps his focus probably too. It's not the healthy option. It's not helping him emotionally. It's not helping him process it, but it is stoking the fire of his vengeance, which is so characteristically motivating for Gus. That's his kind of foundational motivation for where he is, what he's doing, and where he's heading. And it feels so, so appropriate, so raw, violent, so dark that the dedication to Max is a fountain. And it makes sense, like I say, surrounded by this rustic environment. There's this one sleek aesthetic. It doesn't quite belong. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of marring the landscape, which I guess is a little bit of a metaphor for what it is to Gus. You know, a scar inside him, marring an otherwise healthy person, you know. The fountain also black, you know what I mean? This symbol of death, of decay. And this metaphor, this decay within him that's just seeping into every single part of him and consuming. Yeah, I love that. I kind of love this for the macabre of it all.
Hi, Jimmy. This a bad time?
Howard, hello, get the feet out, mate. Why not?
Just thinking about you. How you doing?
Hello?
Fine.
Glad to hear it.
He's so puzzled. He's just trying to be your friend, mate.
To see if you've had any thoughts on what we talked about.
Understandable.
What we talked about.
I do kind of love all of these, at least in this episode so far. Contrast between the rich elite kind of relaxed versus the kind of poorer, worse off, I suppose, more working class. Do you know what I mean? We had that moment at the golf club with Kevin that was very stark, very kind of comedic almost in the way that they were talking about evicting a person, destroying their home, destroying the family home that they've had for decades. And it's like, who are those guys? Are they waiting for you? Yeah. I'll go in a second. Don't worry about it. There's almost casual nature next to this very horrible, very real thing that Kevin's doing. Right. And sorry, so this I mean, you know, look, Howard, feet up.
Just thinking about it.
And it wasn't this shot, hang on. You know, very relaxed. Sound of water in the background, very calming. And sorry, and while I'm here, Saul, Jimmy in the kitchen, kind of hectic. There's Tupperware on the, you know, countertops. He's doing something. He's active. It's kind of casual in a different way. He's got his jumper on, you know, his American Samoa. And you know, the University of American Samoa, very indicative of where he's come from. It's not this prestigious school necessarily, right? It was this overnight thing. He worked his bottom off to get that. He can mention that university to, you know, the upper class, the prestigious, and they'd look down at their nose at him and be like, okay. He's active, he's doing stuff, maybe a little bit sweaty. Do you know what I mean? And it's that versus the very relaxed, the water in the background. It was this image that made me pause. The sterile, the white, the very expensive looking art that is almost that it's probably not worth whatever he paid for it, right? You know, look at this chic sofa, all white, looks very expensive. He's very relaxed, having a great time, shoes off, socks off. Do you know what I mean? These two images next to each other represent very different things, and like I say, can be compared to the Kevin scene before of this contrast of the rich elite, the fortunate, those with that level of privilege arrayed next to the people that are working class, that are less fortunate, that are less privileged, that have to just get in the dirt and do their best. Right, in the Kevin scene, it's the topic. It's a little bit more figurative in the sense of it's Everett, right? He is that representation in that conversation, while the golf club and the surroundings and Kevin and the conversation is the other side of it. In this conversation, we've got Howard here, this shot here, representing all of that, while we've got Saul, Jimmy, representing the opposite. He's a little sweaty, he's doing stuff, he's active, it's a little bit stressful, he's concocting a plan to help. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, very much so far this episode arranged to demonstrate that divide, right? And hints of that have been in the previous episodes, but seems to be a lot more on the nose, a lot more kind of obvious this episode, that contrast.
What we talked about. Oh, the job.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to give it the consideration that it deserves.
I'm ready to discuss the details when you are.
Bless him for that.
Sounds good.
And Jimmy.
Oh, it's so painful because, like, I do think, despite everything that I'm talking about, and I don't think Howard is aware, like, I mean, same for Kevin. I don't think Kevin's aware either. I think the way that Howard is kind of wielding his position in life is a little bit more impotent, a little bit more innocent than Kevin is, let's say. But I think Howard's genuine, and I like him. Maybe I'm biased. But I do honestly as well just think that his desire for a friendship, for a relationship with Jimmy is inspired by genuine emotion, genuine feeling. I just kind of, I suppose, wish that Jimmy was in a place to better receive it.
Smells interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's the curry.
Hello, tell me more.
I'm gonna have to soak it overnight. It'll be ready first thing.
You're not gonna eat it, are you? That's gonna bother me.
The more I wanted to go, the more he wanted me to sit.
Right, so where were you?
We were at his country club.
Of course you were.
Oh!
Go on, Jimmy.
Cutting it close to tea time. Pressure. That's excellent. I love it.
Over here like this, and he says...
Wait, he sits like that?
Yeah, he sits to the side.
He's a side sitter.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Well, you never told me that he was a side sitter.
I do think this scene here is being written specifically to try and demonstrate the things that I'm talking about and how ridiculous Kevin is and his station, his privilege. The whole side sitter thing. As much as it's comedic and it's funny and it's just Jimmy being Jimmy, I do think that that is trying to demonstrate that he is a certain kind of person. He has a certain level of privilege. He has a certain level of station, money, and Jimmy's making fun of him. And I do think that that is trying to indicate, the show trying to indicate the things that I'm talking about, right? And this contrast between class or station.
I'm not going to let him
Wait, do
deprive...
the voice.
I'm not going to imitate him.
Yes.
Go ahead, please. Come on.
He's a good old boy, right? So do he talk like this? Ding dang do?
Kind of.
It's more like...
Go on, please. You got it.
Lawyer comes in, crazy comes out. I need that call center real bad.
Not bad.
Of course, Kevin.
Wait, are you being me?
Sorry.
Yes, go on, go on.
Beautiful.
Okay. Deprive me. No sirree. Kim. Got it?
But Kevin...
No, you do.
You're not doing Kim justice, Jimmy. Come on. A little bit more power. Do you know what I mean? Like, Kim's giving so much more.
No, you do. Whatever it takes. I don't like waiting.
Goddamn right.
Never have, never will. More statues.
Of horses, specifically.
Him now. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, I just want curry now. Jimmy! Well done, mate. That was good. Yeah.
What?
Kevin?
Yes, Kim?
Would you care to take a shower with me?
Really? While she's Kevin.
Well, shoot.
Interesting.
I believe I would.
Damn. What are you cooking, mate? What is that? Show me it. Go on. Yes. Come on. Pan down, please. Sorry, the camera, not like a literal pan. Very confusing. Cooking. Lots of stuff. Michael. No. Behave yourself, son. Oh, sorry. He's doing some probably interesting stuff, but I can't think about anything but the bowl of food. Beautiful. What a gem. Nice.
Gracias.
That's correct, sir. Now eat the food. I'm just saying, man, I'm vegan, like, okay? It's very exciting when I've got, like, a new pizza or something to try, do you know what I mean? Like, it's stuffed crust, it's pepperoni. Filthy, do you know what I mean? Order a pizza, mate, come on.
Hello.
No, that'd be disrespectful to our cooking. Sorry, I should pay attention.
You know who this is?
How are you feeling?
He just accepts, fair enough.
You don't do anything without a reason.
He wants you on his side, I think. He wants you to understand.
Now is not a good time.
Okay. Wow. I think Gus is going to rock up and have a chat. Maybe he'll even tell him about Max, you know, and the motivation. The fountain might be a catalyst for that. I can see a scene where they're stood next to the fountain, both of them, and he's maybe telling him about it.
What's going on here?
Oh, the broken pots.
Please stay out of the grid.
Oh, and the tea. He pulled out tea bags. He tea stained the pots, right? Beautiful.
Well, at a glance, I'd say these pieces are contemporary. But we need to do a systematic property search to be sure.
How long is that going to take?
What's this gonna take?
A day or two.
Yes.
Come on! I planted that stuff here.
You can't prove that.
This is the same thing with the house numbers all over again.
No, that was an honest mistake. This is the law.
Says who?
This is the law. I'm thoroughly enjoying this.
You're not going along with this.
Kinda has to.
I have to make a call.
Mate, less fingers that time. Less impressed, I'll be honest with you.
He's suing on behalf of the water district.
Why not?
Stuff you're good with regulatory law.
Go on, pass it off, yeah, why not?
He's claiming there's a flaw in the original land grant from 1846.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Pat, you better...
He's claiming our prime contractor is an escaped felon.
Well, why not?
Bigger Little Dipper.
Smashed it, yes, yes. Pull that thing. Beautiful.
Right over here. Sit,
Yes! Drop your dust, mate. This at this point is so obviously like a thing.
Radiation's borderline.
have to ask.
Making a call, mate.
To, you know.
Yeah.
Better safe than sorry.
Ah! Intersposed with the golf shot. Get wrecked, sir.
There's plenty of parking.
Oh, yeah. I mean, marks for the creativity, right?
Answer me this.
Go on.
If they're saying it's radioactive over there, how the hell is Acker still in that house?
Stubbornness.
The concern was for the construction crew.
Really? You didn't care about him at all. You just cared about your construction crew.
Assuming nothing else comes up.
Paige may be getting a little wise.
Clearly, this is all designed to force us back to the table.
Yeah.
Sue Acker, Sue Goodman, take the
You're making that personal, Kevin.
Time is on their side.
Oh, hello.
Rich, do you have anything to add?
Richie boy here.
Possibly.
Go on.
What if there were a way to turn this around on them?
Damn.
What if you don't build the call center? Not at that location, at least. Suddenly, your whole...
The thing that Kim said.
I understand there's a viable alternative site.
Yes.
Make the switch, and you've won.
Or at least that's how it all seemed, but I feel like that was the goal, right?
We'd still hit our target for getting the call center up and running.
That was the goal of the whole scheme, I feel like.
The financial hit would be negligible.
Of course it would be. I feel like Kevin's going to be stubborn and he's going to want to get the Everett off. It's going to be personal to him, I feel like. If he loses to Everett. His ego's too big.
My dad did not raise me to run from a fight.
You're so predictable, you little man.
Live shyster, bully me off my land.
Not your land. Come on.
He's got one lawyer. Here's what we're going to do.
You're so predictable.
That call center's not moving one goddamn inch.
He's got power, he's used to having power, and he's not okay with people trying to take that from him. Feeling powerless for one moment, one small moment. It's not something he's used to. He can't take it, he won't accept it. Even when he's in the wrong. This level of power, this level of greed, inspired by capitalism, right, by what we live in, turns us into this. Greedy, lacking morals, lacking understanding, lacking perspective and self-awareness, hurting the people around us, having a warped perspective that means that we make the wrong choices. Because that, right, in this moment, Kevin could get what he wants and Everett could get what he wants. But he won't let that happen. Even though he, in the first place, was the one trying to kick Everett off his own land. He just had more money, had better lawyers, so he got what he wanted and turned the law forcibly to his side, right? He had no right to do that. He used his power, his prestige, his money to do that. He has no right to have his back up in this moment. It's up to him, right in this moment here, like I say, could give himself the win. As Rich said, he could get what he wants and he could let Everett have his home, but he won't allow that. This is what capitalism does to people. Yeah, damn. Try again, eh?
You went the distance for the old SOB. You should feel good about that.
You think so?
Not enough for Kim, I feel.
He gave Acker more than he deserved.
More than he deserved?
If anyone found out, he risked a lot for this guy.
Yeah, I mean, true. Sorry, interesting. It kind of shows where Jimmy's morality is at and that his morality is off. I mean, we knew that anyway. So it makes sense. But you gave Acker more than he deserved? No. Acker deserves to stay in his goddamn home. How do I have to keep... Do you know what I mean? Like, Kim knows that. And again, this is kind of like this ideology, again, coming back into focus. That line there shows Jimmy's morality, where he's at. And Kim and her stewing, look at this, look at this, look. Look at this. casual, doesn't really care, very focused, very not happy, unsettled, not okay, ready to keep going, keep fighting. Yeah. And like I say, yeah, it really shows us the ideologies. Kim on the side of good, Jimmy on the side of bad. Kim still willing to fight for Acker. Jimmy being like, well, he got more than he deserved anyway. And it's like, no. Your moral compass is off, mate. Hers is on point.
This time next week, Acker will be living somewhere else. Is that really such a big deal?
Yeah, or it should be.
Mesa Verde, you can only push him so far.
But he's also right. She could have lost a lot if they found out.
There's always another play.
Yeah, go on.
The rational thing to do here is close the deal. Get the guy a few bucks, pop the champagne with the other winners.
At this stage, though, I do kind of agree.
You want a beer?
You want a beer? I do kind of agree with Jimmy. It was risky to begin with. They tried, they made a good go of it. And the wise thing to do probably is cash out at this point. She has gone above and beyond to try and get Everett what she could. I think it would be absolutely fair if she bowed out at this point. So, like, Jimmy's speaking a little bit of wisdom. Go on.
There's no reason on God's green earth to take this any further. It's not worth it.
No reason to you, and that shows where he's at and how kind of far he's gone. There's no reason on God's green earth to take this further. No, there is. Morality, for good, for the cause. But he can't see that because that's not where he lives anymore. And also, Jimmy, the reason she's asking is because he said there's always another way. He has another way.
Or?
Yeah.
Or we go after Kevin Wachtel.
Yes.
Gets personal. Gets dangerous.
He's right on that, though. It does get dangerous if you go that way, but I think she's willing to take it. Think about it, though, mate. That's a big... You might be saying goodbye to Mesa Verde, and to be honest, I would wager that this might push her over the edge with them. Like, she'll get caught.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. But I think she's going to get caught. Or they're going to push back so hard that against Jimmy, and it's going to get too much for her, and then her relationship with them will break down, or... Yeah.
Hey, it's me.
Yes, it is.
Are you in a tunnel or?
Yes. Yes, I'm in a tunnel.
Okay. Anyway, straight piece of Oppo research.
Oh, he's out of action at the moment, mate.
No.
Damn, yeah, bad timing, huh? Cortazar, what you cooking up, mate? Come on, don't be shy. Show me the goods. Is she washing the dishes too? What's she doing? Thank you. Please help this lady. Yes! Eat the... Sorry. It's very aggressive. Eat the food. Thank you, mate. Coffee? I'm going to say it is. Do you know what? For me.
¿Está bien?
Good. Muy bueno.
Beautiful. What are we looking at? Of course you are.
No sea terco.
Oh, he's got to be stubborn, mate. Are we meeting your second guy?
You got this guy where?
The guy who took the Alpine Shepherd boy?
It's just a guy who knows.
Why do I feel like because they're hiring this guy, not Mike, it's going to go a little wrong? Even if it's not overt and even if it's just like Kim gets found out, right? No, new guy. Wait a minute. This is the guy who, Pimento sandwich.
I thought I was going to a law office.
It is him. He's just got a beard.
Gotcha.
Beautiful. Oh, I
Giselle.
feel like Giselle. This guy was definitely not as good as Mike. But, I mean, no one's as good as Mike, right?
Guy's squeaky clean.
Really?
Everybody's got something.
Yeah.
You got an Eagle Scout with a 6-figure income. Boy, the guy's dull.
Damn.
Your work is sounding kind of superficial.
Chill.
Superficial. I went the distance.
Go on.
You're saying you broke into his house?
How do you think this worked, Kim?
Probably just focus on the what and skip over the how.
I'd like to know.
Really? Okay.
Touchy upstairs window sensor. I trip it. I show up in coveralls.
Wow. Okay. No, this guy's okay.
We want specifics.
Specifics.
Go on. Maybe there's something in there.
What kind of paperwork?
Damn, okay. Man brought files.
So you're gonna withdraw the superficial now?
Yeah, no, to be fair, you've done well, mate. That's actually really impressive.
You think you could get into his downtown office?
I could, but there's a better way.
Go ahead.
I get 2 more guys. We roll up to the subject in an unmarked van. We grab him, put him in a bag.
Yeah, Jimmy looking at like, oh, this isn't gonna fly with Kim.
This is the way out. Okay. Exit through the gift shop.
Go on, what is it? The horse?
What? What is it?
Okay, we are on. I mean, I assumed she was gonna find something, right? Hello. Gonna find out. Is the symbol that he uses, is he not allowed to use it?
Something out?
Go on.
I'm thinking you could take a break from Mesa Verde.
Huh.
Mesa Verde is my client. And they still will be. I'll just step in and take
He's
pointers
showing-
on a temporary basis. Of course.
Yeah, that face. I feel like he's rendering a little bit of judgment on her here, and I think she senses it of, you're not doing the job, you're not good enough, you're not, do you know what I mean? Which I think is partly because she's trying to tank it, right? She's not getting the job done, but it's very on purpose. It's kind of funny because he's giving her everything she wants right now, but I think he's coming at her ego here, which I think is very important to her too. And I don't think her ego is out of control. I think it's appropriate. I think, you know, a certain level of ego is healthy, right? It gives you confidence. It gives you a sense of self-worth sometimes, right? If you take it too far, obviously can get unhealthy. We've seen that with Kevin here this episode, but we've seen, you know, that she has that self-worth. We've seen her motivations, we've seen where she wants to get in life, why, and that's very important to her character. You know, it's big characterization for her, and so he's coming at that. Rich is coming at that right now, even though he's giving her what she wants. Hence, yeah, this face here.
It goes without saying. This won't affect any of your compensation. And that includes your bonus.
That's everything you could want.
Kevin signed off himself.
Still, I think you're going to need to take a break.
Why? What do you know?
I don't understand where this is coming from.
Don't you?
Does he suspect Jimmy and everything that's going on?
Sometimes the less said, the better.
I think he does, and he's trying to just let it slide. Bless him for that, you know, actually.
First, I had to twist your arm to get you down to Tucumcari for the...
He's worked it out.
Then you put the full court press on Kevin to change sites. That doesn't work.
Yeah.
Kadabra, your boyfriend's opposing counsel.
Mm-hmm. Good on him. Good intuition.
And I'm sorry to say, I'm just not buying it.
Yeah, and Kim, he's given you a way out. He was so kind. He didn't have to do that. Bless Rich for that. You should have taken that ticket. You should take this ticket and run. He is giving you no negatives here. And actually, he's not. I was wrong. He's not coming for her ego here at all. It's not a case of you're not doing the job. He's worked it out, and he's like, you need a break. Yeah, again, it's almost like last episode and Howard coming to Jimmy, and it's like you have such an easy out. You get everything you wanted. She's getting everything she wants. She's getting the pro bono. She can look at that more. She's getting less Mesa Verde. He's not cutting her compensation, not cutting her bonus. It's like her and Jimmy can have their cake and eat it. And the people that they are, the people that they've become, these Slippin Jimmys, Slippin Kims, can't take it. Can't take the good thing. They've mentally kind of got themselves into a place where they can't allow themselves to be happy, can't take the easy option, can't take the option that will solve all of their issues. And that is an issue. You know, that's been something I think that's been present, a theme that's been present in Breaking Bad too. Walter's the same. He had a way out and he couldn't take it because of a lot of internal strife, you know, that he wasn't processing, that he couldn't handle, that he couldn't process, right? And it drove him to a place that wasn't good. And the same for Kim. And the same for Jimmy, I think. It's this demonstration of the inability to process one's emotions, the inability to exercise awareness, self-awareness, to know what's good for you, to get past your feeling and identify what's happening and take the good choice, the good option. At the same time, I suppose from Kim's perspective, there's the motivation of trying to make sure Everett keeps his house. Do you know what I mean? So there's that through line to it too, which I think is not so much personal, more external on her part, which I think is righteous and valid and is admirable on her part, right? But also she needs to identify what's good for her here and take the good option, and she's, yeah, we'll see. It just goes to show how damaging that characteristic can be. All of these characters, Kim, Jimmy, Walter.
Rich, hold on.
Gotta let it go, don't do it in public.
What are you saying?
No, private, come on.
Let's talk in my office.
Yes.
Accusing me of something.
No.
Go ahead and say it.
Rich has been so kind to you. And he's right, Kim.
Rich, tell me.
Look at him trying.
Please tell me why I would risk everything for some squatter.
Because you're a good person.
Why? I don't understand. Are you trying to protect the firm?
Kim, I'm not trying to protect the firm. I'm trying to protect you.
He is, and he's, oh.
I don't need your protection. I need to represent my client.
Kim.
If that's how you want it.
Yeah, mate, you gave her every opportunity. Rich, what a gem. What a gem for that. Mate, he gave you that on a platter, and you spat in his face. That, come on. That was so stupid of you. It's very Jimmy, very self-sabotaging. Damn. Hello, Gus, alright. Yeah, here we go. Here we are, stood at the fountain, okay. What did I say? I think he's got to tell him. To get from where they are to where I know they get, I feel like it's going to take this.
So what do you want from me?
You look much better. I am glad.
You know, from what I was sorry, just briefly, what I was saying before and how dark this was almost, this water feature, considering how Max went out. It could also be a reclamation, you know, that thing, that image of him that's so terrible, so traumatic, so horrible. And I mean, looking at this, like, you know, look, it's very serene. It's beautiful, you know, rocks at the bottom, you know, the water tumbling down. It's not just a plain pool of water. It's this picture, like I say, serenity, calm, peace, which is the antithesis of that moment in the past. You know what I mean? It's almost this, yeah, like I say, reclamation of that moment and replacing it or covering over it with this representation all of these things that I said, calmness, serenity, of peace and niceness, and applying Max to that with this central theme of water. So you could look at it from that sense, which I'm kind of willing to believe.
So I'm here to see what a big heart you have. Is that the idea? You throw money at these people, they bow low.
No.
I am the doctor's friend, nothing more.
Yeah, you've got Gus wrong, mate.
They have no idea you finance the whole place.
I prefer it that way.
The anonymous benefactor. Well, that must make you feel pretty good.
Common theme, isn't it? Yeah, this theme of class, this theme of power of money, and the different forms it can take, and these different representations, and how ironic is it that Gus is better than Kevin in some ways, in that way. You know what I mean? That power, that privilege. And it's probably because he comes from a place of, I mean, I don't know Kevin's background either, I suppose. So I won't go there. But yeah, these different forms it can take and how, yeah, and Mike kind of pulling him up on it. Oh, doesn't that make you good? The anonymous benefactor. Oh, how good you are. Ho, 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 ho. It's like, are they really? Or are you just trying to make yourself feel better, Gus? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, but this central theme of that, you know, these power structures, the people in these positions of power, how different are they? How good are they? How much of it is fake? And the irony of someone like Gus in the position he's in, this cartel boss, this person who does bad things, in some ways he's arguably better than someone like Kevin who is following the letter of the law. What does that tell you?
Is that supposed to balance the scales? Make up for everything else you do?
It makes up for nothing.
Okay.
I am what I am.
Unashamed. Yeah, fair play.
What is this place?
Call it a memorial.
And that admission there, I am what I am. I'm the good, I'm the bad. More than Kevin would admit. Kevin, I don't think, is even aware how bad he is. Gus, I'd argue, I'd wager that he knows how bad he is too.
A memorial.
To what?
Go on. We're going to get into it. I feel like we might.
I already told you what you can do with your money. So what are we doing?
You can continue as you are, drinking, estranged from your family.
Hitting him with facts.
We both know how that ends.
Yeah, giving him two choices. It's like, look, do you want that or that?
Work for you as a button man.
I'm in a war. Need a soldier.
And you want to tell him what he's fighting for, which is why you're stood here.
So I'm going to work for one drug dealer, killing other drug dealers.
Yeah, and that's what Mike thinks this is.
You have met them. You know what they are.
And you are so very different from them?
There we go. We're getting it.
Yes. I am different.
Now you need to prove that to him.
Why me?
I believe that you understand. Revenge.
Yeah, what a way to end it. Cool. Very interested to see where these threads go moving forward. Very focused season so far too. Very present, almost less subtle than usual actually in how consistent this theme of capitalism, power, money, privilege. I mean, you know, these things are always present in some form or other, but I do feel like this season has been a bit more, overt. I think it's still subtle, but I think, you know, in comparison to previous seasons, has been more overt. I'm really enjoying it. I like it. And I think also, you know, it's making its point. It's kind of like a beautiful line of, it's kind of in your face, but it's kind of subtle at the same time. They kind of walk in that line just perfectly, I think. But that was Dedicado. Hey, Max, thank you so much for watching. If you're not already subscribed, please do consider doing that down below. Thank you, as always, to those who support me. Genuinely, just thank you. Links down in the description if anyone's interested in early access. It's on tier 2 on my YouTube memberships and my Patreon, so go check that out if you're interested. Please do consider watching either of these videos right here to keep the hype train rolling, but that's it from me. More Better Call Saul Sunday coming soon. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you then.